Hi, welcome back to Pass IELTS Plus. Today's practice is about technology specifically, a device that can be a bit tricky to use. Stay tuned, and don't forget to subscribe for more IELTS speaking model answers. Part 2. Describe a piece of technology you own that you find difficult to use. One piece of technology I find fairly challenging to use is my smart printer. I bought it about 2 years ago when I was working from home and needed to print and scan documents regularly. The problem is, the printer is unbelievably complicated to set up. It often struggles to connect to Wi-Fi. The settings menu is ridiculously confusing, and even changing the ink cartridges feels like it should come with an instruction manual as thick as a novel. What makes it even more frustrating is that it tends to break down or jam at the worst possible moment, usually when I urgently need to print something. Honestly, it sometimes feels like it has a mind of its own. Despite these difficulties, I've managed to figure out a few workarounds. I've saved the Wi-Fi settings. I keep spare cartridges ready, and I've even watched a couple of online tutorials to help me troubleshoot. So although it is far from user-friendly, I can still get by with a bit of patience and persistence. Part 3. Discussion questions. 1. Why do manufacturers sometimes create products that are not user-friendly? Sometimes companies prioritize innovation and extra features over simplicity. They may want to stand out in the market, but the result can be devices that are far too complex for the average user. 2. What role does user interface design UI/UX play in the success of a product? UI and UX are absolutely crucial. A product that is intuitive and easy to navigate makes customers more satisfied and loyal. For example, Apple has become famous for designing gadgets that people of all ages can use without too much difficulty. 3. How has the complexity of technology changed the way people, especially older generations, interact with objects? Technology has definitely become more sophisticated, but this can create barriers. Older generations often feel left behind because devices rely on digital knowledge. For instance, something as simple as paying bills has shifted online, which can be daunting for people who are not tech-savvy. 4. Will technology become simpler or more complex in the future? I believe it will become both simpler and more complex. On one hand, artificial intelligence will simplify daily tasks. On the other hand, the systems behind the scenes will be increasingly advanced, which may make troubleshooting harder for ordinary users. That's it for today's practice. If you enjoyed this model answer, make sure to subscribe to Pass IELTS Plus for more tips and examples. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.